Hello. Hey, welcome to Joey and Ebony's Airbnb.
Hi Joey, my name is Wambui. I'm from Kenya originally, but I live in Florida. I came here for my friend's daughter graduation. Hi Ebony. And thank you so much for your hospitality. This is the best Airbnb I've ever stayed at. Very welcoming. Felt exactly like home. You've gone above and beyond to make us feel comfortable. I cannot wait to come back and visit again.
Okay.
Yes, I'm Josephine. I'm originally from Madagascar. I came here for my daughter's graduation from Northwestern University, and this place has been above and beyond what I had expected. I was a little nervous about the dog, Ebony, but Ebony's just been one of the best dog, and the hostess, you Joey, have been making us feel so welcomed. My whole family just, I will definitely come back again if I ever come to visit here. I know where to stay next time.
Fantastic.
So,
okay.
This has been great. Thank you so much.
Okay. We're having a birthday party to follow a birthday party here.
No, I'm just trying to split up the cake.
Is it?
Oh my God.
These are the kids of my Airbnb guests, and this is the day after the celebration of their little sister's birthday, and was this your birthday or your sister's birthday? Where's your?
It was cute. It was Ninzi's birthday, right?
Okay. Where is she at? She's hiding?
No, it's not the same. Why are you taking away from that one? It's you.
And Lincoln is the dessert chef for the family. Did you see those smiling faces? They're paying Joey B. They're paying me money to stay in my house. I've been a real estate developer for 45 years. I've noticed two trends. I've done a lot of things, but I noticed two trends. In the 70s, I saw condo conversions, and I converted over 1,500 units to condo. In the 80s and 90s, I saw that Walgreens was going freestanding. That was another trend. And I was involved and developed over 30 Walgreens drugstores. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. The greatest thing that everyday people, regular people, can ever do to get involved in real estate and build an empire, it's called short-term rentals, which you know as Airbnb. I'm going to talk about one thing, and I'm going to talk about my house. I have Airbnb in my house. We're going to go 3 years, and I'm going to show you how you could do it. Now, you know who the you is? If you got a roof over your head, or if you can get a roof over your head with some extra space, you can do it. Airbnb is going to be the greatest thing that ever hit the real estate world for a lot of reasons. One is you don't need a lot of capital. Number two, you don't even have to own something. The example I'm giving you is what I did in my own house. And hey, a few years ago, I had, some extra rooms, which it basically was a flop house for some of my friends. I met a guy and he told me, Joey, you got a resource, you got a house, you make some corrections to it, just improve it a little bit. You could do an Airbnb, and the Airbnb generates money, and we're going to show you how to do it. How does this affect you? How do you get started? I'm going to tell you how I got started, and then I'm going to tell you what you had to do to get started, okay? The first thing is, if you have a house, an apartment, whatever, you got to make sure that you can do a short-term rental in your house or your apartment or your condo. So check. If you're in a condo, check with a homeowners association. If you're in a subdivision, check with your HAO, your homeowners association, to see if they prohibit it. The other thing, and then this is just as important, is you have to go to the municipality you're in. If you're in the city of Chicago, you got to apply, you got to get a license. But the best situation is if you're operating in your own house. Now, what are the benefits of operating in my own house? I'll tell you what the benefits are. I started out, and you'll see this very shortly, I started out renting 2 rooms, then we went to the top floor, and then we rented out the entire top floor. The benefits to me is that I've got a resource, and this is what rich people do. The really, really rich people, they have resources that are assets. Well, I'm taking a house, which is a liability. You know, you got a house, it's a resource, okay? But does it generate income? When you do short-term rentals or Airbnb, in my situation here, I'm using Airbnb as my platform. I am generating income. What does this income do? Okay? Guess what? It covers my gas, my electric, my water, my insurance, my taxes. Okay? I've got cable TV. Okay? It covers it. Talk to your professionals about expensing it and what you have to do with that. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm not a CPA, but I'm telling you what. I'm generating income that covers all my occupancy costs over here. But here, the biggest question you probably have is, hey, is it safe? Is Airbnb safe? You got strangers. What about short-term rentals? What about long-term rentals? What about these vacation rentals? Whatever. Okay? Let me tell you, is it safe? Well, let me talk to you about what I'm doing with Airbnb. First of all, they have government-issued IDs. So when they register with Airbnb, they have to show you a government ID. And they, you know, it has your picture and everything where you live and all that. But then you say, oh, it's inconvenient, people could come and go. No, it's not like that. It's at your convenience and the timing that you have that you want to rent it to them. If you got a family reunion coming in and you don't want anybody there for the Thanksgiving weekend, block it out. If you're leaving town for 2 weeks, block it out. But I live in this house, and this is the way I'm going to present it to you. Now, why did I pick Airbnb? Well, that's the first one I heard about. And you know what? They have a $1 million insurance policy. That means if somebody wrecks your paintings or they destroyed a place or they cause some kind of damage, Airbnb has a policy that goes to up like $1 million, okay? Hey, I ain't selling it, I ain't guaranteeing it, because Airbnb could fight with you. They could say, hey, I'm not covering this expense. You should have done this, you should have done this, you shouldn't have. So what I did is I went and I am softening my risk. I am covering my risk. I had the same insurance policy all my life. My godmother and my cousin Florence worked for an insurance company. My parents gave all the insurance. I gave her all my insurance. And then, you know, when she passed, I just stayed with the company. When I did the Airbnb, I called them up and I said, hey, I just want you to know, I'm doing short-term rentals at my house. They said, oh, no, you can't do that. We're not going to renew your policy. You know what I did? I went to State Farm. With the old insurance company, never had a claim, no problems all my life. I went to State Farm and they just got it. As a matter of fact, my agent, I was the first guy. For $175 a year on my policy, we added it to my homeowner's policy. And guess what? I have another insurance policy. You know why? Because Airbnb's got more lawyers than I do, and if they don't cover it, you know, State Farm will cover it. So where do we go from here? This is what I'd like you to do. You don't have to trust me. You don't have to really believe everything I say. But I'm going to take you through a 3-year progression. My first year, my second year, and my third year, which was 2019. And we're going to show you how I grew my short-term rental business. And it's just an example of how to do it in my own home. I've done it. And I think this is a trend, and I think this can change people's lives. You don't need a lot of capital. You don't have to market. The marketing is done by the platforms. They find the people for you. You know what you got to do? You got to do the housekeeping. You got to do the laundry. You got to do the restocking. And with me, I got a dog, and we have to greet the people, introduce them to who's coming here, and then we just have to get good reviews. You want to check out people when you have it, you could check it out by checking out their ID, do whatever you want with it. You know, check them out, do your own checks, whatever you want to do. But Airbnb is the biggest hotelier in the entire world. They have more rooms than the Hilton, than the Marriott, than they all do. They have more, and they don't even own one. There's people that use it. There's people that use it a lot. There's people that use it habitually. And the hosts write reviews. So you want to know about it? Read the reviews. You know, there's some risk if, they've never been reviewed or anything like that. But guess what? You don't have to accept everybody that you could decline. You got to decline first. If somebody even shows up at your door and you don't feel right about it, you could say, hey, we're going to give you your money. You could go back. But the important thing here is do your own due diligence. If you're thinking about doing it, check out in your neighborhood who else is doing it. Check out the rates of what people are doing and see how it works for you. Now, the other question, people say, well, why don't you just get long-term rentals? Guess what? I can make more money. You know why? If I rented this out long-term, or if I rented the whole house, what would I do? I'd find someplace else to live. I live here, but if you're looking for a money-making opportunity and you want to do it and you got a roof over your house, or you could figure out a place that you could rent, do it. Just make sure you have an extra room or two, and you could be in business, and you could have your own, you could start your own company, and you could do it in days. And within a short amount of time, a week, a few days, maybe a few weeks, you could be generating income. You could be generating operating income, and your rate of return, because of the low capital expenditures, is going to be greater than any fix and flip, any long-term buy and hold, and it could be the start of a future for you in real estate. Stay tuned, see some more. Let's talk facts and numbers. I've had my Airbnb for 3 years. We started in 2017 in the middle of the year, and we grossed just under $7,000. Year 2, 2018, we did a little bit more than $16,000. And the last full year, 2019, we grossed over $27,500. These are the rooms. For the first 2 years, we only had the cozy room and we only had the king size room. The large bedroom was where me and my dog Ebony stayed. Then what we did is we converted it to a double queen room. Here's the short-term revenue for the first year with 2 bedrooms. You could see the gross. We started in the middle of June. We had a great July, and then we had some long-term tenants. We get into year 2018, and the big change was for the first 4 months, 4.5 months, we still only leased 2 bedrooms, and we went to a complete floor with 3 bedrooms, or you could rent the entire floor starting in May through the rest of the year. 2019 was the first year that we had the entire private floor with 3 bedrooms rented, and you could see we grossed $27,500. When it comes to the occupancy costs, in 2019, which include gas, electric, water, taxes, and insurance, our total cost was a little bit more than $13,000. What this means, we grossed $27,500. And our expenses were, our occupancy costs were only about 13, so we made over $14,000. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like it, don't forget to share it, and then subscribe because there's more content coming. Stay tuned.